Personal growth is rough. The ups and downs, the constant thinking, the deliberating, the questioning. I don't know if it's harder realizing how much of your own baggage you have to work through, or actually doing the work. I've made over 3,000 videos for you, and somewhere along the way, I realized I've been using them to hide from myself. This one is for me. Sometimes the only way I understand what I'm feeling is to write it down. Maybe if I can explain it, I can finally understand it. Do people get scared of love, or do they get scared of putting themselves out there? At least in my case, I think you settle into being alone long enough that loneliness stops feeling temporary. It just becomes your routine. Eventually you stop asking why. You only notice how frightening it feels to leave it. Women talk about the clock a lot, dwindling opportunities, dwindling time. I don't know if men talk about it as openly, but we feel it. Maybe not in exactly the same way, but we do. Our own vanity becomes a kind of security blanket. This isn't a tell-all. Most of us have loved people who didn't deserve it. Most of us have loved people who did. The one that got away. The fantasy that still wanders through our memories like light reflecting off wet pavement. There's a strange place where emotion and intellect collide. You understand something, but you don't understand it enough to put it into words. Sometimes words don't fail us, we fail words. It's one thing to look back at the people we've loved. It's another to ask why we were looking for them in the first place. I've realized something uncomfortable. I wasn't really chasing alcohol. I wasn't really chasing sex. I was chasing the feeling of being held without having to risk rejection. I've lived with OCD since I was young. Whether that's technically accurate here or not, I've always felt more addicted to anticipation than to any particular thing. Maybe addiction isn't always about the substance. Sometimes it's about trying to quiet whatever is missing. Let me explain by talking about love. I love love. I love caring about another person. The anticipation of the next conversation, the next smile, the next chance encounter. Especially because I don't always have the courage to create one. Being in love compresses the world into the present moment, the awe, the gratitude, the vulnerability. Nothing makes you feel more alive than having something to lose. But it's fragile. It's easy to question it. Easy to question yourself. Easy to ask whether you deserve something good while assuming you're responsible for everything bad. Maybe you know that feeling. When something goes wrong, we blame ourselves immediately. When something goes right, we wonder if we've fooled everyone. What I know for certain is this. I want love, I want intimacy, but wanting something and understanding it aren't the same thing. Self-help books compare relationships to gardens. Water them, prune them, give them sunlight. Maybe that's true. Those analogies never really spoke to me. Silence spoke louder. Ignoring the desire didn't make it disappear. It just made it quieter until it wasn't. Let me give you an example. I love baklava. It tastes incredible. But for me, it's also like a souvenir of the Balkans you can taste. So you buy it at the market, the same stalls selling the shot glasses and the fridge magnets. Carry it back to your Airbnb, put it in the fridge, and tell yourself you'll be good. You already lost that battle when you bought it. Diet experts say cravings fade if you wait 20 minutes. Maybe for some people, mine don't. The more I try to ignore it, the more my brain files the anticipation away, like a bank waiting for both a deposit and a withdrawal. Because once I finally give in, it's gone in an instant. Remember the marshmallow experiment? 1 marshmallow now, 2 later if you wait? I've always felt like the second kid, except I never quite trusted that the second marshmallow would still be there. Waiting wasn't patience, waiting was torture. Maybe that's what fear feels like too. Not the fear of losing something, the fear that it was never really yours to begin with. I don't have many answers. Truth has become less like a destination and more like something you stumble into by accident. One day, one paragraph, one uncomfortable realization at a time. The older I get, the more I realize how much larger the unknown is than everything I think I understand. We all have to learn to value ourselves, but sometimes other people see our worth before we do, and sometimes we see theirs before they can. All I know is this: I don't think I have enough courage for a relationship. Not yet. Want, need, fear, hope, they're all different things. How do I understand my feelings when I struggle to explain them? How do I build a relationship when I've spent so much of my life avoiding the possibility of one? This is getting rough. I started writing this for myself. Publishing it is something else entirely. I already know the ways I distract myself from loneliness, the habits, the routines, the substitutes. Those aren't really the story. The story is why I needed them. Maybe the real work isn't eliminating every flaw. Maybe it's becoming honest enough to admit why they're there. I know I'll make more mistakes. I know I'll probably get rejected. I know I'll misunderstand myself again. Maybe that's just the admission price for intimacy. If intimacy is even the goal. So I'll end with this. Personal growth isn't becoming someone new. Maybe it's finally admitting what you've been running from. I thought I came to Albania to see another country. Maybe I came here to finally meet myself. I don't have the answers yet, but for the first time, I think I'm finally asking the right questions. I'm still scared. I still don't like putting myself out there, but I'm starting to think that's not a reason to stay where I am. If this connected with you, let me know in the comments. I have a feeling this won't be the last journal entry.